Hi there! Welcome to the series of Archery explained for normal people. Today we are gonna see a little bit about the khatra. It's something that causes sometimes a bit confusion about what it is. And of course it has also its historical roots, but I'm not gonna go to any kind of details about the history because that's actually now a bit irrelevant. And if you want to know more about that, then you can ask, for example, from Master Cozmei that knows a lot more about that kind of things. But I will explain you just some simple technical details because it's not actually something mystical nor hysterical, but something rather normal in the world of archery. And now I speak only about the world of horseback archery, to be clear. I know nothing about the sport archery, ground archery kind of things, and with the Mediterranean release with sport bows, I know nothing. So I speak only about the point of view that what kind of techniques we use in horseback archery world and with the bows and stuff in there. So first of all, there is some misunderstandings of what it could be. So one of the misunderstandings is that it's something what you do after the shot. And that is not the case really, because you can imagine that everything that happens after the arrow has passed this point doesn't really matter. You can do salsa with your bow, I don't care, the bow doesn't care, the arrow doesn't care. So the point is, whatever you do after this point doesn't matter. The arrow will fly anyway how it was flying after this point. What you can do, and what is khatra has been used for, is for two reasons. So-called double release, that when the arrow has come from the full draw until this point, then you can push it a little bit more. So that is one reason. And the other reason is because we don't use bows with huge windows, so then, or any kind of windows actually. So then the point is that we cannot shoot in the center of the bow. So you can use the khatra either this way or, to punch forward, or side khatra to take a little bit the bow out of the way and push with the string. So if somebody is shooting like this, I do it even more clear. So if somebody is shooting like this, that's not a khatra. Or this is also not a khatra. It's not khatra. What is khatra? It's actually, you cannot push the bow, you cannot push the arrow if the bow is doing something after the release. That's something else, that's not khatra. So the point is that we have two opposite dynamics, forces. That whether you're shooting with the thumb or fingers and the Persian or Sassanid or Slavic or I don't know what, pointing draw or whatever it might be, that this hand wants to go here, this hand. And the bow hand that you grasp properly with the straight wrist, so this is not really recommended in this sport, but to actually have very good solid wrist, like you would punch the boxing bag. You can punch the boxing bag like this one time, but you will not do it again. So this kind of wrist is not actually really strong. But if the bones are aligned, here is a little empty space here. You feel some pressure on this point here. And if this hand wants to go here, and this hand wants to go here, so you create two opposite forces. So what will happen if I release with this hand? Automatically this hand will take me there. So that's actually what I mean about khatra. Let's see. One more time. Oh, that's a broken knock actually. Oops. Let's try again. One more time maybe. You see my point? Goody. So it actually has something to do with the grasping and not so much with what happens after, because this is just cosmetics, it's not khatra. And some people say it's follow through or something, yeah, but it's not khatra, that's the point. Also you can do the khatra sideways a bit, but what I like to do is this small khatra here. So I don't do it like this. You can do it like this, it's no problem. But now when I haven't been practicing that already, it was a deviation, it went not where I wanted, because I'm used to do it differently. But every people has their preferences. However, oh, my target fell. It's a bit windy here. So this I cannot recommend, putting it really here. First of all, it's a bit dangerous, and it gets tangled on your clothes and it's completely unnecessary. So you can do that, it's not a mistake for sure, some people like to do it, but for me, maybe not a favorite. Okay, I hope it answered to some of your questions about khatra. This was just a little briefing, and for sure I'm not perfect at it. You can ask more questions also from Mihai, who is the master of khatra, kind of. But feel free to ask questions, I try to answer. And see you again on the next episode of Archery for normal people.